the Weather Authority. This is a breaking weather alert.
Hey, good afternoon. I'm meteorologist Mike Stone here at CBS 6. We're covering over commercials so you're not missing any of the programming. Tropical Storm Michael now continues to move across parts of North Carolina. It's centered just to the northeast of Charlotte. It still has winds of 50 miles an hour, and it's moving fairly quickly for a tropical system to the northeast at 23 miles an hour. You can see starting to spread in some heavy rain across western Virginia, and some of that rain is beginning to approach central Virginia. And a lot of these cells are actually coming up from North Carolina. Do have some embedded lightning in there, especially across southeastern Lunenburg County and Prince Edward County here near Farmville. So we're watching these cells. We may see some rotation in some of the thunderstorms as the afternoon wears on. We do have a tornado watch for essentially the majority of the CBS 6 viewing area, with the exception of our far northwestern counties. But most of us in a tornado watch until 9 o'clock this evening. And we're also under a flash flood watch until tomorrow morning. These areas of bright green are some river flood warnings, and those areas in kind of like the brownish here towards the south and west, that's where we have some flash flood warnings out by Roanoke and west of Danville. Also have a wind advisory from this evening until tomorrow morning. Some gusts over 45 miles an hour possible, and a high wind warning for parts of the northern neck, middle peninsula, and down towards the Tidewater area for some gusts possibly near or above 60 miles an hour tonight into tomorrow morning. Here's our future weather for the rest of the afternoon. That swath of heavy rain tracks towards central Virginia over about the next 3 hours. Then we'll see some periods of rain, heavy at times, late this afternoon into a good portion of the evening across the I-95 corridor. This rain may come down more than an inch per hour, so it will be very easy to pick up over 3 inches of rain in just a few hours as we go into this evening. The rain will continue across central and eastern Virginia this evening and then begin to start to move out of here around midnight, and we'll start to dry out in Richmond around midnight, 1 a.m., and even our eastern counties will dry out by about 3 o'clock in the morning. Wake up tomorrow morning to bright sunshine, but we're going to have some gusty winds to contend with for that period as well. Now, the local impacts, rainfall, at least 1 to 4 inches of rain statewide, but there will be some pockets of 5 to 6 inch totals, maybe even some locally higher amounts, especially south and east of Richmond. So that's why we have the flash flood watch in effect. Sustained winds over 30 miles an hour, some gusts over 45 miles an hour, but again, some higher gusts near the coast and across southeastern Virginia, and that tornado threat, that risk lasts through this evening. There's actually, from the Storm Prediction Center, a 10% chance of tornadoes towards the south and east of Richmond, which is pretty high when you talk about tornado risk. So for those of you that will be watching for the rest of the afternoon, both here on CBS 6 and WTVR.com, we'll be watching for tornado warnings. And this is the track of Michael from this point forward, going pretty near Norfolk. By the time we get towards late this evening and overnight, it'll be way offshore by tomorrow morning. Here's a look at the tornado safety precautions to keep these in mind this afternoon. Take shelter in a basement or lowest level possible. As much space between you and the outside walls as possible. And if you don't have a basement, a closet, a hallway, a central bathroom. Pretty much you want to be away from windows, and make sure you have a secondary plan for some exterior shelter if you're in a mobile home. We'll have updates all afternoon and evening. Another update's coming up in about 30 minutes here on CBS 6, the Weather Authority. Also, keep an eye on WTVR.com.